have officially demonstrated your product. You have done a great presentation. They love you. They love your company. They love your product. And they're in the ether. They want what you've got. And the only thing standing between them owning the product and you providing it for them is the price. And so you're finished everything and you ask this question. Do you have any questions? And they say, how much? And this is how the extreme close goes. For everything that we have seen, and I'm going to use in this illustration an industry example that I'm familiar with, is I'm in a home, I'm sitting with Mr. and Mrs., and there's 10 windows in the project, all right? And I'm able to give a discount. And we advertise, and they've responded to our advertising, and our advertising said, save $99 per window. So here we are. So Mr. and Mrs. Jones, for all of these windows that we've looked at, completely installed in your home, normally, you know what normally means, right? Normally, for all these windows, would be $61.94 minus the $99 off per window. I just rounded off to 100, so there's 10 windows, so it's minus 1,000, which brings it to $53.94. $53.94 does not include what our company calls their first call discount. That's not taken out of here yet. Now, I don't know if you'd be interested in this or not. Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. But our company puts together a proposal that is designed to give homeowners like yourself incentive to do business with our company on the first call. So the proposal is called the first call discount. Simply stated, this is what it is. Our company are in a position, we're prepared to give you a discount off that price that could save you a significant amount of money if you were willing to do business with our company on the first call. The important question is, are you interested in a significant discount? And of course they'll say, absolutely, we're interested in a significant discount. All right, there are two reasons why we give the discount. The first reason is, how did you hear about us? And they'll say, we heard about you in your advertising in the Rare Reminder or in the New Haven Register. And I'll say, did you anything else? Did you see our yard signs? Yeah, we saw your yard signs. Okay, what else did you see? I said, well, that's about it. Okay, the reason I'm asking is because we advertise in many papers. Like, for example, we're in the Southington Observer, we're in the Southington Citizen, we're in the Bristol Press, we're in the Middletown Press, we're in the Wallingford paper, we're in the Meriden Record Journal, we're in the Value Mail, we're in Value Pack, we're in the Bargain Coupon Booklet, we're in the Saver Coupon Booklet, we're in the Danbury News Times, we're in the Connecticut Post in Bridgeport, and there's more. There's more than this, but you get the idea. Needless to say, advertising like this can get relatively expensive. However, when we come into an area like yours where other houses were built around the same time, there is someone else around here thinking of replacing their windows like you're going to do. Well, we always put our sign out front. 90 to 95% of the time, we end up with another job in the same area. Well, if we get another job in this area, that's worth something to us. But if we get the job because our sign was on your property, rather than pay all these people for advertising, we pass advertising dollars onto you. That way you win because you get a discount. We win because we get to put our sign in an area where we know somebody else is going to do their windows. Does that make sense? Absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. The second reason that we have a discount is even more important than the first reason, and it's what we call our traveling discount. That's something that this company put together, and what it simply means is this. I go back and forth across the state every single day except Sundays. But I put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles on my car every single week. So it's impossible for us to come back 2-3 times while people think about what they want to do. So we put together the traveling discount. The bottom line of that discount is our company are prepared to give you a discount off this price so that we don't have to come back here. That way you win because you get a discount. We win because we get to travel back and forth across the state. And the more people we see, the more windows we sell. And naturally, we're in business to sell windows. And of course, we want your business. But we know that in order to get your business, we have to earn it. And in order to earn it, we'll have to give you a discount off that price that can save you enough money to really make it worth your while, right? Right. Let me ask you one more question. If is a big word, right? If I could give you a discount off that price that could save you enough money to really make it worth your while, is there any reason why we couldn't get together on this today? If I could save you enough money. When you've done your job properly, they love you, everything else. If we like the discount, we could wrap this up today. All right, before I show you the discount, let me just say that with this discount, I'm not taking away from the quality of everything that we've discussed so far. In other words, I'm not saying, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, I'll save you this much money, but we're not going to wrap the outside, you're going to have to paint. Or we're not going to do this. And everything we've talked about is going to stay exactly the way that we've been talking about it all along. We're not removing one thing. Is that fair? All right. And when we remove the old windows, we don't stack them up in the driveway for you to get rid of them. We have a 100% cleanup policy rule, and you won't have to do anything else. And just to be fair to you, because I'm not one of those high-pressure salesmen, I can't stand it if somebody tries to pressure me and make me make a decision that I don't want to make, all right? So I like to take the lid off the pressure cooker and just say to you, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, if you don't like the discount, please feel free to say no. I can take a no as well as I can take a yes. Is that fair? Oh, yeah, absolutely. If we're not afraid to say no, we'll say no if we don't like it. That's fair. But if you do like it, could we wrap this up? If we like it, we'll wrap it up. Fair enough. We will do everything that we have discussed. Not for $5,394. We will do everything for only $44.83. And that includes taxes and no hidden costs. Fair enough? That's the close. That is the extreme close. That is how I have closed a sale since 1990. Over 5,800 sales using the same exact words every single time. And you know what? I've sold cars. I've sold beds, in-home beds, adjustable beds. You see them advertised on TV. I've sold those. I've sold water purification systems, all using the same close. And in every company that I was in, I was the number one salesman. Now, in the objection overcomers always happen during this, either before it or right after it, which is why I've included them in my training tools. So if you will learn these things, especially learn the close, especially learn the traveling discount. It doesn't matter what you sell. You can customize the elements of this where you give them incentive with a discount, where you create the urgency with your traveling discount so we don't have to come back. We're willing to save you some money to not have to come back here. That way you win because you get a discount. We win because we travel back and forth. And the more people we see, the more of our product we sell. It doesn't matter what you sell. You can use that discount. And everybody uses a discount, by the way. Your Sunday paper is filled with circulars that have discounts on them. Well, offering you, if you like Walmart, if you come here during this next week, this product is on sale. That's a first call discount. Everybody does that. So if anybody like moans or you're trying to make us do something, listen, we don't have the convenience of the store for you to come shop at our store. So while we're in your home, we do the same thing Walmart did to you on Sunday morning when you opened up the paper. They offered you a discount. And they're telling you if you come in and do business with us, you'll get the discount. And that's all we can do is we're offering you a discount. But like I said, we're not a high pressure company. If you don't like the discount, please feel free to say no. And by the way, that line, that's a psychological trigger. And let me tell you how that works. When you tell them, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I don't like the pressure myself, and I don't like to be pressured. I like to take the lid off the pressure cooker and say, if you don't like the discount, please feel free to say no. When you put that sentence out there, what you're doing is you are taking the gunpowder out of their no bullet. Oh, no, we'll say no, we'll say no. And you're removing that ammunition from them. So they've just said no. You've taken that desire away. If it's even there, which shouldn't be, if they love everything that you've presented. And so when you say, but if you do like it, could we wrap this up? Oh man, I can't tell you how many times I've heard, if we like it, we can wrap this up. All because of the extreme close. So my selling friend, this is the secret. And the magic sentence, by the way, the magic sentence, go back and you'll hear me say it. The magic sentence is, if you like the discount, is there any reason why we couldn't get together on this today? That's the magic question that I talk about on my website that I'll reveal. That's the magic question. Is there any reason? And the reason you say that is because you've talked about yourself, your company, your product. You've probably, hopefully, taken them shopping, showed them what else is out there, what prices they would pay, why yours is better, why the warranty's better, why all the things are better. You've taken them shopping. So when you say, is there any reason, all of these things will come back into their thinking. No, you're a good company, good product, good service. We like you. You were professional. You seem to care about our home. You want to do the best thing. And when you say that, is there any reason why we shouldn't get together on this today? When you've done it right, all they can go is, no, there's no reason. No, there's no reason. If you give us a good enough discount, yeah, we can wrap it up. All right? And so, take it and run. It's all yours. There it is. The one call close. Good luck. Price objection will always take place at the end when you've given them your discounted price. During your presentation, you built value and demonstrated that your product is the solution to their problem. But now that you've reached the end, they still think that it's still too expensive for them. I'm going to show you how to drop the price again and still maintain your integrity. You never drop the price without a good reason for doing so. Nothing is more unprofessional than saying, okay, I'll do it for this price, and you go lower than your last price. You never do that. You have to make them earn every dollar that you discount, and never be too quick to drop the price either. But now they've said, well, we weren't prepared to spend that much money on this product. And because you sell a product that you can negotiate the price on, you should not have, nor ever for that matter, given them your lowest price. You always leave some room for another drop in case they moan and groan. And naturally, you'd like to close the sale at the highest price, but you can't always do that. But that's the beauty of the free enterprise system that we live in. All right. Price is based on the value that a client perceives your product or service is worth. So by the same token, the client also doesn't want to have to overpay for the product. And it makes for an interesting situation for the both of you. But anyway, at this point, you're going to have to build value again. And by the way, if they say that's not what we were hoping to pay, be thankful. You're about to close the sale. So if you've been selling for a while, you've heard about the feel, felt, found method. The problem with that method is that salespeople don't use it. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why not. I use it all the time, especially to start rebuilding the value of the product. Now, to rebuild the value using this technique, You'll have to be familiar with the product that you're selling, which you should be if you're in front of a client. So they've said something like, it's too expensive, or we didn't want to pay that much for it. And you'll say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I can understand how you feel. Of all the clients we've done business with, thousands of them have felt exactly the same way that you feel right now. But you know what they found? They'll say what? They found that after they had gone ahead and owned our product, the temporary reluctance that they felt at this point in the transaction was far outweighed by the benefits they derived from owning our product. You see, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, several years ago, our company had a decision to make. We could either make a product with the cheapest materials that we could find, the cheapest extrusions, cheapest springs, cheapest screws, a warranty that was only a couple of years, or we could use the best materials we could find, the best and strongest extrusions, the sturdiest springs, a lifetime warranty that covered you forever. Well, when we decided to go the quality route, there was another decision that we made. We decided that we'd only have to explain price one time and not have to apologize for poor quality forever. Thousands of our clients are glad we went the quality route. The important question is, will you be one of them? You see, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, when you add up the benefits that come from owning a superior product, subtract the disappointments that come from buying something cheap, multiply that by knowing that you're doing business with a reputable, well-established company, and divide the cost over an extended period of time, that arithmetic adds up in your favor, and all of that equals peace of mind, which is what you're looking for, isn't it? So as you can see, the offer we're making you is a fair price. But let me ask you this. I don't know what the owner of the company pays. He's the only one who knows what he pays for his product. But let me ask you, if he were able to give you a discount off this price, could he earn your business today? If you sold your your product the right way and built confidence in your company and demonstrated the product professionally, they will say, yes, let's write it up today. I have closed hundreds of sales using this technique. For years, I've been doing this, and it's amazing how great this works. 95% of my competition, or your competition, will walk out without a contract when people say it's too expensive. And in many cases, just having something to say is exactly what you need to close the sale, because remember, chance favors the prepared mind. So you will not get this information by osmosis. You have to learn it. You won't get it by listening to this once. You need to write it down, and you need to go over it in the morning and at night and in the morning and before you go to bed, and do it over and over, and before long, it will become part of your selling vocabulary. So learn this value building close, and it won't be long before you'll be known as a one-call closer, which is what you want, isn't it? So this is the Extreme Closer. I'm wishing you the best of luck in your selling career, and I hope you learn these and internalize them and apply them, and you'll see the results. It's inevitable. Good luck. In a home once, and when it came time to close the sale, I said, if you like the discount, is there any reason why we couldn't get together on this today? And this is the objection that I was confronted with. He held up his hands and he told me this true story. He said, my wife and I had only been married a few weeks. I came home from work and a magazine salesman had been to my home, and my wife had bought every one of his magazines. I was livid. We almost got a divorce over that, and my wife and I made a promise to each other way back then that we would never buy anything from any salesperson without sleeping over it. That was 40 years ago, and we've never violated that agreement. I have to admit, I didn't think I was walking out of that house with a contract or a deposit, but I did, and I'll show you how that happened. The biggest problem here is the husband's pride. He has made this bold declaration in front of his wife, and his peacock feathers are in full bloom. Your job is to help him preserve his ego while at the same time providing a way out of this situation for him that will allow him to maintain his integrity. So you have to provide an escape hatch. And this will only work if they really like you and like your company and really need your product. So your goal at this juncture is just to get him to say yes to listening to the reasons for your discount, which is the one call close, which is so powerful that it can turn even these kind of people around. And this is what you will say to provide a way for him to say yes so that he doesn't look like he's going back on his word. So you've said, if I could give you a discount that could save you enough money to really make it worth your while, is there any reason why we couldn't get together on this today? And they said, no way, we never do anything. We always have to sleep on it. And then they give you an excuse, or they give you a real story like the one I just told you. Well, this is how you will deal with this. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, far be it from me to try to change your mind. I wouldn't try to do that. But may I explain one thing to you? I've been in many homes where the owner said the same thing that you're saying right now. And quite frankly, I would have said the same thing myself if all I knew was what you knew before I came here today. And I would have made the same choice and done the same thing and said the same thing to my wife that you did. Matter of fact, I was in a situation much like this one myself once. And after the representative finished his presentation, I realized that he had the solution to my problem, and I had acted too quickly when I told my wife that there was no way we were doing anything today. And quite frankly, I was disappointed with my decision that I had made because I really wanted his product. Do you know how that wise representative handled me? You know what he said to me? He said, Mr. Beaulieu, I realized that you made a choice before I came here that was not based on knowledge. It was based on the emotion of fear, fear that you would be sold something. I nodded. He said, Mr. Beaulieu, you like this product, don't you? I said, yeah. He said, you need this product, don't you? I nodded. And he said, you like the price also, don't you? I said, yeah. He said, now that you have a new body of knowledge that you did not have before I came here, I'm not asking you to change your mind about the decision that you and your wife made, but based on what you know about me, about our company, and about this product, I'm asking you to make a new decision based on new information. That way, you don't have to back down on that decision that you made before I got here today. You see how he handled me? So, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm not asking you to change your mind. I'm asking you to make a new decision based on new information that you did not have a few moments ago. And the reason I'm asking you to make a new decision is because we're in a position and we're prepared to give you a discount off this price that could save you a significant amount of money. The important question, Mr. Jones, is, are you interested in a significant discount? I'll never forget when he said, how much is the discount? That was music to my ears. Do you realize that when you have moved someone from, no, we'll never buy on the first call, or until we've slept over it, to how much is the discount? You are now in the percentage where you'll close a sale. And that's what happened on that day. I walked out with a signed contract and a 50% deposit, smile on my face and a smile on theirs. So whenever you're confronted with an objection, your goal is always to move them from what they're saying to at least listening to the one call close. When you move them to that side of the table, you have moved them to the negotiation side. At that point, it's just a matter of a few skillful brushes of the stroke, so to speak. So my selling friend, all I can do is put this material in your hands. I can't make you learn it. I can't make you memorize it. All I can do is tell you that if you will take the time to internalize this material, you will become successful in the one call close business. In the final analysis of everything, all you are doing is helping people make decisions that are in their own best interest. And I'm sure you'll agree that since this is the career you've chosen, you may as well do it right. So apply yourself, be diligent, be focused, study this material, and I guarantee you'll become a one-call closer, because that's how you have to think. You have to think, I am a one-call closer. And they'll pay you back. Good luck.